Happy now, all is now. It's a gift to be in the present. Fresh say sounding back in here, putting out my perception into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. You're now tuning into the mind of an allogeneic moon, and Horus will be transiting the 8th house in the sky. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about gifts, how you find your gifts utilizing your astrological chart. So off the bat, we already know you find your gifts in your second house. If you're looking for your gifts, you look at your second house. You look at what planets are in that second house and what's ruling that second house. Okay, so for example, I got my second house in Virgo, and that's Earth. Okay, so the second house with being Taurus, being Taurus, and my second house being ruled by Virgo, that sort of mixes in a way and has a harmonious sex because it's both Earth, so it's like I've got the gift to analyze and practicalize and schedule things when it comes to money, when Taurus type things, pleasure, Taurus is being ruled by Venus, so love, pleasure, things like that, clothes, money, things like this. So it's just like I'm able to manifest in my life. I'm able to manifest a lot of money and material possessions, So with this is just Earth. That's one part of Earth, one aspect of Earth, which is Virgo, which is mutable. Then I'm gonna touch on Capricorn. So with this, if you have, let's say, your second house is being ruled by Capricorn, this is another Earth. Well, with this, it is cardinal. Okay, so this is initiating new practical ways on how to manifest money with the second house here and your gifts. So you will be initiating new ways on how to manifest, and how to be practical. You initiate new ways on how to be practical in your life, and that's Capricorn. So the other Earth would be Taurus. Let's say you got Taurus in the second house. Again, this is the Taurus, Venus. You are more likely to manifest and reap the fruits and labor from just your energy. You carrying this energy, you're able to have the gifts to manifest wealth and not have to worry about it. As for me, having that Virgo second house, this comes with a little bit of worrying about wealth and money and things like that. But with Taurus here, it's just like you are more at home. It's more at home, So we'll move to the fire. Let's move to the fire. Let's say you got Aries in the second house, my bad. Aries in the second house. Aries ruling the second house. This is more dealing with fire is more dealing with vision and expressing of feelings, you know. So fire is the desire that allows you to see, you know. And so yeah, it's just gives you this more action, you know, towards, it gives you this more, yeah, action towards gaining money. It's not practicalizing on how to gain money. It's just taking action towards how to gain money, you know, with the fire, you know, in the second house. This is Aries, so it's just head first. So it's Aries and a Mars and Venus sex, you know. So Mars and Venus, the relationship between them is just like, it's not harmonious, but it's just not harmful at the same time. So it's just more of an energy that just will play out in a way where you would just be taking action towards manifesting anything that could be pleasurable for you in your reality, you know. And this is the gifts. So the gifts is you have some sort of vision, you know, and intuition when it comes to, you know, manifesting anything pleasurable and money in your life. That's for Aries. So let's move on to Leo. All right. So Leo is more setting a stage, you know. So with this, if you got Leo in the second house, more likely this is someone who has the gifts for setting up events to make money in their reality, you know. This is someone who is probably even really talented. This could be somebody who's talented as well, you know. So, and when you got a talent and a gift, it's two different things. So, but when you have, let's say, talent might have been the wrong word I used. This is somebody who's, you know, just naturally gifted when it comes to entertaining. When it comes to entertaining things, you know. So yeah, that's Leo. Next is Sagittarius for the fire. All right. So Sagittarius is more dealing with wisdom, okay? So, you know, when you have Sagittarius in your second house, you know, you gain knowledge and wisdom, you know, when it comes to your gifts. You know, your gifts is your knowledge and wisdom, you know. Your knowledge and wisdom are your gifts, and you're able to mix the two with each other and make them work in your life to manifest anything you want when it comes to money and anything that pleasures you in your reality. Okay, so I've already done earth, done fire. It's gone to water. So let's say you got Cancer in your second house. Let's say you got Cancer in your second house. So the gifts that this would bring would be, you would have And when I'm speaking about the gifts, these are all gifts that you can attain by being the higher octave of your energies. So the gifts that you will have is to be able to bring a certain level of comfort, to people, so you would have this vibe, that would be able to, people will feel off of you, and you will be able to nurture people in a way. And this can help you manifest materials and pleasure in your life. Okay, so yeah, that's Cancer. Next is Scorpio. So with this, Scorpio in the second house, here it's like, because you have, so Scorpio in the second house, again, this is, I was speaking on the Mars Venus sex. Again, it's just like you would have the gifts, of, you would have hidden gifts. This would be hidden gifts, gifts that you have to dig deep within yourself to discover, and something that you can bring to the light from your darkness of Scorpio, and people will be able to see, for you to reap the fruits and labor from it, So next is Pisces. With this is gifts from the imagination. Okay, it's like having gifts that come, that you will be able to have. This is like Jupiter, so it is wisdom, but being charged by Neptune. It brings in the dreamy aspect. This is why I use this word imagination. Okay, so being ruled by Jupiter, this would be the ruler of your second house. It is more dealing with wisdom and learning and adventure. Not adventure, Sagittarius is adventure, but this is more going with the ebb and flow of what you know. So manifesting pleasure and money from what you believe, from your belief system, and what you strongly believe in your reality. So I did earth, I did fire, I did water, now it's air. Alright, so we'll start with Gemini. Alright, so with Gemini, this is, your gifts will come from your surroundings, people you know that you're close to, like cousins and relatives. It will, this is how you would, discover your gifts. Maybe your cousin say you do, let's say you make music, and you actually you show this song to play the song for a cousin, and they say, yeah, I like that shit, and your stuff sort of pop off from there, and it gives you the confidence to keep going, So your gifts would be, you know, and it'll also have to deal with communication in a way, because all the air signs deal with communication. So, you know, is more bent on communicating, you know, to communicating with not just, it doesn't have to be close relatives, but communicating in a mutable way, you know, in an adaptable way, you know, to, because that's what Geminis are good at. Geminis are good at listening and talking, you know. So with this, Gemini being in your second house, you're able to communicate your way to the bag in a way. You're able to communicate your way to manifest things that are pleasurable for you in your reality and money. Okay. So next would be, let's go for Libra. So Libra ruling your second house, meaning Venus is your second house lord. This will play out sort of like the Taurus, where Taurus is being ruled by Venus and it's in the second house. But with this, again, air sign is dealing with communication. But Libra being communication for pleasure. Communicate just to communicate, because for that mental stimulation, you know. So with this, you're able to communicate in a balanced way, you know, to, and your gifts will come from some sort of communicating, you know. Let's say this would be someone, yeah, you know, just like communicating in a pleasurable way to relax someone in a way. This would be your gifts, you know, bringing pleasure, you know, just the way you talk. You'd be able to sweet talk people, you know. That would be your gifts, you know. So next is Aquarius. Aquarius in the second house, meaning Saturn is your 12th, is your second house lord. You know, so with this, it will come with, this would have to be, this is your gifts would be, again, like communicating, again, in a fixed way this time, you know, but you have to communicate about reality. You'd have to communicate in a fixed way about reality, because Saturn deals with reality, you know. And this is how, just how you see reality in general from your perspective. And this is how you will find your gifts. You may be someone who is a motivational speaker with this place, with this energy, you know. So yeah, it's been 19 minutes. I'm gonna go. Fresh Say signing out. Catch you next now.